For coaches, the casuals, and everything in between, this is Open Gems, the podcast. I'm going to push play on a meme that deals with a kid that at 14, he was playing with his brother in Chino Hills, winning championships. I think he went pro at like 16 or something like that. I don't know.
Bro, just been that dude for a long time.
I got a love-hate relationship with him.
Dang.
So I'm going to push play on this, and I think that this is going to segue us into some league talk, some Hornet talk. We're going to turn into a Hornet podcast for a quick second.
Where do you have him at?
Right now, I probably have him where Dame, but I'm talking about before I would have Luka, Steph, Ja, Fox, Kyrie.
Didn't you have Lamelo at top 5 at one point?
You be arguing me and say LaMelo's a top 5 point guard right now.
Yeah. That was first year. First year was balling.
First year, rookie had him top 5 point guard in the league.
He averaged 29 and what right now? He top 5 right now. Right now in the
29, 6, and 5 rebounds, 44% from the field.
See, the thing with LaMelo is he's a pure point, but he has the ability to just be a scorer if he wanted.
The first 10 games, he top 5 right now.
You top 5?
Yep, and I'm on record saying that right now. And Dame's been hooping too, but he's better than Dame right now.
He is.
I guess I'm going to start with this part of the conversation. This is like the memeable part. Could LaMelo Ball be the Hornets' first superstar?
No.
We already had the first superstar.
Who was that?
Grandma Mama was the first superstar.
Okay, all right, my bad.
Grandma Mama was
all right, so let me reframe this. Could LaMelo Ball be the Hornets' next superstar?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he carries a following of the youth right now, and I think that's what makes you a superstar nowadays. Is, being an all-star. I think superstar actually refers to bigger than the basketball itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good point.
When you become superstar, it's like what you do off the court that makes you
beyond the basketball.
Because the highest level in the sense of basketball is all NBA, all-star.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about superstar, you're talking about.
But would you say that you do have to hit those marks also?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Like I mean, Melo's had an all-star appearance. I mean, regardless if it came via someone being hurt, he came in, actually had a great performance in the all-star game. Mm-hmm. He hasn't made All-NBA yet, but he's won Rookie of the Year.
This might be the year.
This might be the year he makes All-NBA. I mean, really, right now, we're talking about...
He averaging 30.
And literally, the team is...
leading the league inside fourth quarter points.
Yes.
He put up
from the fourth.
He put up 14 tonight.
Yeah,
14 tonight,
and he got my over on 20 plus. Shout out to Melo.
You get Melo for the 20 plus and the over and the plus 3 threes. You get to go.
Shout out to Melo. We need
so listen
every night.
Again, one of my favorite Facebook back and forth is this guy next to me.
Yes, sir.
Where he is a avid habitual at times.
Yes.
LaMelo naysayer.
Yes.
Trey man over LaMelo, I've heard often.
Yeah.
But saying that all to say, right now, where are you standing at with our guy LaMelo? Could he be our next superstar, all-star, all-NBA player?
Yes.
Or are you still saying trade him?
No.
Oh, okay, you didn't walk that back.
I'm gonna walk it back. Keith.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk it back, and I will say he will be the next superstar.
Okay.
And he has the same.
2 weeks have changed a lot.
It has. It has. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. I'm going down.
Okay.
Go down. Follow me.
Bring it to
he reminds me of what Cam Newton was to the Carolina Panthers.
You took
I
he's
electric. I can see that.
He can be the next Cam Newton to Charlotte,
and he can get us there
for sure
with the right
for
pieces.
Sure. He can be the next Cam Newton.
He's electric, but you know why I don't like him, Q. He'd be out of pocket sometime. He will have 23s and only hit like 14 of them. You know what I'm saying? And
that's not bad.
But the ones that he missed is the ones that I rant and rave about. Me and you'll go back and forth. Yep. It's just he'll hit 2 and they'll be like, okay. And then he'll come down and shoot a one-legged one. And he fading. And it's like, man, you got guys now. You got Green. You got Man. You got other guys that can hit the 3. Don't settle for that. Give it to Miles. Let Miles make the extra kick. Now, these last 2 games that I've watched him, Q, I will say he's getting downhill more. So I think the Charlotte Hornets is seeing what I'm posting. I'm gonna say that they seeing what I'm posting because I called the Panthers out and I called the Charlotte Hornets out. I said, Lee, I love what you're doing with them boys, but if you don't get Melo in pocket instead of out of pocket, and he's getting downhill tonight, he closed out Milwaukee because he got downhill, got on the free throw line, and there you go. He has some games closer than what they should be, and it's like teams we should beat. And I ain't knocking no team; they all pros.
Yeah,
but he'll take threes at times, and it's like Melo, come on, man.
But I think that's the good and bad of it. Of course, I do think that he has to have, and maybe this guy he might be, maybe he's not. We'll kind of see.
Some of the coach,
the coach, where you have to have your best player have irrational confidence.
Yeah,
it just has to be. And if it's one thing that he has, it's irrational confidence. And to me, that's the thing that could almost allow you to be like, he could be a superstar.
Yes.
It's because of like, he's going to do it. Well, whatever it is, he's going to do it. And the thing is that it's tried and proven that a lot of times, like if you've seen that 3 that he hit to put the game into overtime
it's big.
For the Philadelphia game, catch, corner, one-legged, but it's irrational confidence.
But that right there, Q,
I'm
not arguing that because somebody got to have the cojones to shoot it. But it's the joints in the middle of the game when we don't need that, and we might be making.
I understand, like it's when he get the big on him, and then he's gonna pull back, and then he's gonna do the James Harden step back.
I feel like it goes back to what I think Iman Shumpert. They was interviewing him. He was talking about. He's like, "Yo, at the end of the half, Melo made a move
on 2 people.
On 2 people. He said Shump when the locker room's like, yo, what? You know what I mean? So Shump going off and Melo get back in the locker room. He's like, yo, locker room. He's like, yo, why just getting past me the ball, bro? You know what? So So Carmelo comes in. He was like, yo, what's wrong with Shorty? Why Shorty mad?
Yeah.
You know, Shump was like, I told him, I was like, yo, I just swore that thing. I was open. He was like, yo, I work on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, Shump, I work on that shot, like on 2 people. Like to me, like that's
a good shot.
It's a good shot. I feel like it's the same thing with Melo. Like what we don't see is what we don't know.
Now, Wayne, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, go ahead.
Because you know I'm sensitive about Melo.
For sure.
We can talk about this all night.
Yeah,
but he got help now. That's what I want Melo to understand.
Yeah, I got you.
This ain't the team last year. You got outside of Miles, you got Brandon Miller now. That's proven. Proven.
That was my next point.
Yeah,
like
proven. Yeah. Swing it. You got Grant Williams now hitting the corner 3.
Yeah,
you got help now. Now Grant be out of pocket.
I'm about to say that Grant. We might have to have our own full conversation.
I know. We will. He be out of pocket too, but he got help now, and Grant will hit that shit.
Nah, for real though. Like,
but Grant's a 7. Like I think 6 out of 10 times he be out of pocket.
He out of pocket.
And funny part about it, like, so this side note, yesterday, you know, we had the little turkey drive at the school. So it was Miles and Grant.
Yeah.
So my son, being my son, went to Grant, was like, yo, bro, you be messing up my parlay.
Shout out to Zai. Zai said that.
Yo, Grant was like, yo, bro, you too young about the parlay.
No,
nah,
shout
bro.
out to Zai.
Zai was like, nah, bro, you messing up my parlay.
No, hey, what's Zai Instagram? Shout out to Zai.
Too tough.
Zion too tough. Shout out to you, man.
Zai hit him with the yo, bro. Yeah, you messing up my parlay, bro. You gotta get right, bro.
Right.
Come on, man. One thing I want Melo to understand, but you gotta think about this as well. He has yet to play a full healthy season and have a full healthy team, which no team in the NBA really has a full healthy team though. But it's been rare for Melo to have the key pieces
that he needs,
and
he's not
healthy and himself healthy for an extended period of time.
And that's fair because Miles Bridges had that whole little stint.
He did.
Miles had his stint.
Him and his feet, his ankles. Hopefully he turned to Steph Curry because that's the last guy that I can remember that had those bad ankles like that.
You lost the next best scorer, which is PJ last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so really this team is a new team.
And Miller showed though that he's a legit set. And Q, I will say, me and you went back and forth on that because I was pro Scoop when the draft was coming. But Q, I give you all respect. Brandon Miller was a better fit
for us to go through the same thing we went through when it came to getting the Dwight Howard with Emeka Okafor.
Oh man,
the same thing happened with Brandon Miller and Wemby. You know what I mean? Well, they say the same thing because Okafor ended up winning Rookie of the Year over Dwight. But I will say, outside the hype, Brandon Miller had damn near an equivalent rookie year.
Man, he cold. He cold.
I mean, you got to think about it. He was hurt. He was hurt a little bit, but when he played,
all right. So you're talking about second half of the year.
Yeah.
Second half. He played.
He was healthy. I want to say Brandon Miller literally was co-rookie of the year with Wemby.
So let's switch it too.
Second half
we talking about Melo, but what lineup is the lineup?
To me,
paying attention to the Hornets.
Close.
This is this one. I would start with this one. To me, I like Trey Mann at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting Melo at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
B Miller, Bridges, and are we talking about healthy bigs or not?
Whatever works.
We ain't seen them yet.
We ain't seen Mark.
I've seen
So without healthy bigs, who's the dark skinned kid that get all the offense?
Diabate. He's a dog.
Yes.
He need to start over Nick Richards.
Then that's my 5.
I feel like
I need y'all to give me a better 5 than that.
He fouls too much for me to start right now.
Yeah, he do.
Who said
he fouls too much to start, but for the minutes he can give us off the bench, I like him in that role.
But think about this.
Who you putting at the 5 right now?
But think about this,
I like
Wayne.
Taj Gibson for the game.
Think about this, Wayne. You had a kid with that energy that fouled a lot, and we used it against you in the MLK tournament.
Y'all did.
Well, you need that energy.
You did.
You did. You need that energy, and Nick Richards don't give it to you right now. When he in there, man, Sengun was giving him buckets.
I feel like Nick is getting comfortable.
He has.
I feel like I think the last 2 years he was uberly hungry.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like what's happening.
I like what I seen before he got hurt.
Yeah. But to start the season off, he was doing pretty well.
What's your closing lineup?
Hold on, wait, no. Well, I already went. Trey, we need yours first.
Okay.
What's yours? Yeah.
Oh, I seen it. And Charles Lee got to go with it. The lineup he had in when we what game was that? I want to say we beat.
No, it wasn't Boston, but who was we came back?
And we won that game when your boy Miller hit that followed the shot and scored.
It Indiana?
Might have been Indiana.
Might have been Indiana.
Okay, yeah. They was on a run, and Lee went. He went. Melo wasn't even on the floor. It was Trey Mann. He went Trey Mann, Curry, Miller, Cody Martin, and he went Grant Williams.
That's a great defensive
lineup. And that opened the game up. When he went to that, it was like, and I'm not saying starting.
I can't close with that.
Yeah, you ain't saying close or start with that, are you?
But no,
you putting Melo in the bench.
I can offensive, defensive that thing. That lineup.
Listen, Miller and Trey Mann went crazy in that lineup. They didn't need Melo. And I'm not saying Charlotte don't need Melo. I'm not saying that. But when he went that lineup late in the game, we went on a run because Melo sometimes is be out of pocket, man.
This the Facebook trade that I know right here.
Right here.
This is him right here.
Here.
So understand what Trey said. Trey said this. He said that to either close or start the game, Melo should be on the bench.
Not open.
And instead, we're going Seth Curry and Trey Mann.
And Miller.
With Grant Williams also.
And Miller.
Well, Miller, but also pointing out, you put Grant Williams in that lineup.
Yes.
Mr. I lost 2 Celtics games back to back.
But the ball
off like boneheaded plays.
The ball
like he actually gave them like a 7-0 run by himself in a game.
And Mr. I gotta get him out of Dallas because he's not what we thought he was gonna be.
Right.
Mr. The last 2 teams that I played for went to the championship because they needed me to get off the team.
Man, don't do that, guy. But Grant,
mind you, this is also saying no Lamelo.
Yes, but listen, you not We saying no Lamelo, but we still saying two guys that get it done offensively. Trey Mann and Brandon Miller was in that lineup, and they went crazy. That's what I'm saying. So when you're looking at closing the game, and I'm not saying LaMelo, you're gonna have to put him in sometime.
So
you
again,
can put him in for self. You can put him in for self
for some time.
You can put him in for
so
self.
again,
That's LaMelo Ball.
But imagine you saying the guy that's leading the league in fourth quarter points.
He is, but it don't always.
Look,
look at their record though. Q, our record is decent.
We 5-7. We in the 8th place.
Right.
We were just in 4th. We were just in 4th.
It's not bad, but sometimes you don't always have to have that guy on the floor to close the game. He can do his damage starting it and in the middle, but in that stretch,
I got you. Now, what I get you saying is like there are some games that as a coach, I'm going to stick with the lineup that may have gotten me there.
Right.
Some games.
But that's the lineup I'm seeing that's doing it in the games we winning. Outside of Melo scoring, I'm looking at these lineups. So Trey Mann, when Trey Mann and Miller's on the floor.
One thing I will say about I do like Trey Mann as a compliment offensively.
6 Man of the Year possibly.
Yes.
Now defensively,
right.
Just as bad.
That's where I differ.
And give us your closing as we go through.
I have 2 lineups. I'm gonna give you my closing offensive lineup, and I'm gonna give you my closing defensive lineup because within the NBA, you have a lot of TV timeouts you save for this particular reason. Offensively, I need Melo, I need Trey, I need Brandon, I need Miles. Now, given who that 5th one has been for that game, I've liked Cody sometimes as that 5th one.
He played good defense.
Because one thing about Cody, he's a switch armor knife. He can set the screen, he can get the way, he can do a little bit different. He can make sure that we get the what they call it, the mismatch in that moment. You know what I mean? But I also like Taj in that final lineup at times, just being a veteran.
And I like that move that
he's
they
been
went
a veteran. Like when we brought in Taj out the way, I was like, I ain't find out till I was playing the game with my son. I was like, oh, we got Taj?
Yeah.
Oh, word, Taj on the roster.
Yeah.
Let's go. We in the game.
Yeah.
But I also like I like Grant sometimes.
Yeah.
But okay, but if we had to go to the official closing lineup, like I said, it's either gonna be Cody or Taj right now with the lineup we have.
Right.
Now defensively, I need Cody. Yeah. I need Diabate.
Yeah.
I need Grant.
Yeah.
Brandon and Miles.
You could throw Grant out the window. He gonna be the one to foul every time.
Q, why you keep shitting on Grant?
Nah, but you know what?
It's because he just
right now. Grant
he makes the worst.
So Grant is going through like the JaVale McGee phase right now.
Yes,
yeah, he is.
Yes,
he is.
But he get the offensive fouls and the defensive fouls. I be like,
Grant is getting the JaVale McGee treatment right now. He especially in Charlotte, and he's from Charlotte. That's when I feel bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out to Providence.
Bro,
he went to Providence Day.
Yeah, like him and Devon. But it's like Grant has been the scapegoat for everything that goes wrong, just like JaVale McGee was.
I just be watching the game, and he
do some dumb shit, but he do some good shit though.
I think sometimes
he'll hit a couple threes.
I think he overthinks moments, more than anything. And I think he's trying to be too much of something he's not in the moments he don't have to be.
The other day I seen him do a sidestep 3.
It's like, nah, bro,
for no reason.
No, right, bro. If you're not catching, and shooting in the corner,
right, that's it. Know your role.
Or you're not finishing at the rim,
like you was
at Tennessee. Like
know your role.
Let's keep it kosher.
So, fellas, I guess I'll ask this to continue down the Hornet tree, the conversation. Where do y'all see the Hornets finishing at this year? Are they playing? Are they top 6?
They playing, but I'd say maybe.
All right. So do you think they can make it out the play in this year? Then, if you're saying they playing,
I think so. I think Lee gonna have that group together by mid-season. We're gonna be clicking. I like Charles Lee for them.
Yeah, because right now the East is wide open.
Yeah, and Lee lets them be them. So right now, what the biggest thing we seeing and we bashing Grant about, and even Melo, and I go at Melo. Lee is letting them be the best version of them, and it's not going to backfire. By mid-season, they're going to be clicking. Hopefully, Mark Williams can come in and be who he was looking like he was going to be.
We just need
him.
So like
right now,
we need him
right now,
because he was rebounding, blocking.
Okay,
we need him.
I hope so.
So like right now, you got Detroit at 7, us at 8, Indiana at 9, Brooklyn at 10.
And we can be better than
we can be better than all of them.
So right now
and we could beat all of them.
Yep. All of them, exactly.
To kind of segue into something we're gonna get to. Like, so right now you got Orlando at 3 and Cleveland at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So more than anything, Cleveland has to be the biggest surprise right now.
Oh yeah,
killing it.
You jumping the gun? Don't jump the gun.
I'm sorry about that, but I don't feel like a lot of even with Orlando at 3, I don't feel like it's gonna be a lot of stability that's gonna sustain to where once the Hornets get healthy, they can literally push for that 6th spot.
And they could be better than Orlando
to get out of that play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like
truthfully, it'll be a blessing if Orlando go to 2 and the Hornets get that second play-in spot and end up matching up.
Yeah.
That's when I'm gonna take all day.
Yeah.
That part, but we can even get to that 6th spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Like with Miami right now, it's crazy. We're hearing so much. Let's trade Jimmy. Let's do this. So like,
I wouldn't be mad at a Miami matchup.
I wouldn't be mad at that right now.
We can match up with them really good with a healthy Hornets.
Well, we put ourselves in a position to match up with a lot of different teams at different moments.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we're talking about Grant now, but Grant provides that. He provides that. I'm not going to compare him to this, but he provides that Draymond Green type of role for us.
Gritty.
Where he can guard a 3 through 5.
Okay,
we
can
switch out in the 1 and 2s.
Just not decision making.
No, decision making is terrible. I give you that.
More so is defensively. Grant gives us a lot of flexibility.
He can 3 through 5. He can guard.
A lot of flexibility defensively, what you need right now in the NBA. I mean,
no, for sure.
You're not going to see an Embiid every night. You're not going to see Cat every night. I mean,
or Jokic,
or I'm just talking about the East. You're not going to see a Giannis every night.
Right.
But honestly, we've actually gotten Milwaukee's number since Melo been in the league. We've actually took over that particular matchup. But who else in the East? Nobody. There's no big in the East.
Yeah,
except for Embiid. So you're talking about now we're matching up with long wings and forwards.
Yeah.
That's playing the center like
Miles Bridges may be the only big left, outside of Indiana. Right. Miles Bridges. Even Boston plays 5 out. I mean,
Horford old.
Well, Cleveland has the little twin tower.
Oh yeah, Cleveland is actually big,
and we better than Atlanta
for sure.
Yeah.
So
Miami got Bam. They playing long. So
really, I don't think it'd be a stretch for us to land 5 or 6. The thing is that I think we could be 5 or 6 or 10th.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And it just depends
on. That's the crazy part about it. It's like, health is the key for it. I mean, get Melo through a full, even 75 games. We'll give you 7 games to goddamn go, BS or not be able to get that back to back. But give me 75. 75 can qualify you for everything else you would. Actually, 65 does, but give me 75.
How many wins we get, fellas?
I'd say we 5. We over 500 or right at the cup. I think that we three above 300.
It was that 45, 44 range win range.
That's close to the same. Yeah.
I don't see us 50 yet.
Yeah.
But I see us mid 40s. At least breaking 500 for sure.
Yeah,
over 500. I think over 500 in the East this year will at least get you at least 7 to 6. 5 through 7. Over 400, over 500 because we under 500 at 8th. So I think a little bit. I think 2 or 3 games over 500 will get you anywhere between 5 and 7.
And what I'm seeing, like I said, we ain't even really clicking yet.
No.
See, Melo gonna start trusting them boys, and I know me and Q still gonna be going back and forth on Facebook.
I don't be putting the laughing emoji.
Right. But all in all, I'm not putting Trey Mann over Melo. Melo is the guy.
Okay, so I got 2 quick ones before we get off of the Hornets. Trey Mann, what should we do with him?
Keep him.
For sure. Do we eventually segue him into the starting lineup? Do we push him as the Lou Will?
We keep him
six man of the year.
Lou Will, Ginobili type role.
Hero, Tyler Hero. You are six guy.
Come off as a player that has a starters.
Yeah, man. You
game,
get the buckets.
Playing against second level players.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's consensus on that. Would y'all say Brandon Miller? Is he going to take the big jump this year, or does he have like one more year until he makes that?
What's the jump?
The jump would be. Did you watch the Indiana game?
Yeah.
Where he scored 17 in that quarter?
Yeah.
Like that version of the player where like he could be reliable for 25 a night.
No, I tell you, you want me to answer this?
Go ahead.
I feel like with that lineup, it's gonna sound crazy to y'all, but I don't start Brandon Miller. I let him play with Trey Mann. That make us more deadly.
So who starts in the spot?
You can start anybody. Cody? You can Cody. You can start Seth, depending on how the matchups is.
I'm gonna tell you who.
But I bring Mann in with Miller. I like what I seen with that. I bring both of them in. You won't have no Miles, no Melo. You let them take their breather, and you let them two go to work.
So do you want a 4-minute starter? So, and I say a 4-minute starter. So we're gonna go back to like listening to the podcast with Quinn Cook and Dwight. So JaVale McGee said basically I was a 4-minute starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I basically started the game and I started the second half.
Yeah.
I didn't play none after that. You know what I mean? So you want a player in that role that so hypothetically, we putting Josh Green as a starter just because you don't want him to not come up because you want Brandon Miller and Trey Mann to come off the bench?
Well, this is why I say this, because we all know as coaches, right? When you start too much firepower, it's going to be clashing. So you got to have some alphas with guys that's not. Okay. And then when you make your subs, you bring you take your alpha out.
Talking about the highest level of basketball, though, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That shit work on AAU in high school. We talking about.
I
gotta match Brandon Miller with a Paul George. I gotta match Brandon Miller.
But that'll work though.
You know what I mean? But I can't have him coming off the bench because I don't want him to play with Melo.
Yeah, and to me, I think that ends up being
Melo. But where does he come in for your points? Is he your third option now? Because you got Miles Bridges on the floor.
Well, no, I would say that Brandon Miller is the second option.
He's the second option for sure.
Miles Bridges is almost like he's between third and fourth. The Trey Mann sometimes is the third option. In my opinion.
We talking about that finish lineup you have on the court for us offense. We talking about Melo, Trey, Brandon, Miles, and so I had Taj. You know, or whoever was playing good.
Like
maybe Cody or maybe Devontae
or
what. So we talking about within that four. Yeah, Miles maybe finishing fourth.
But he's scoring though.
No, but that's the.
But even how he plays the game right now, it almost seems like he kind of
literally go for 10 straight.
Yeah.
Without the defense focus on you, but at the same time, as my second option, Brandon Miller, they're still literally drawing defenses to stop me.
Yeah.
And I'd also say Brandon Miller, I think that it would do it's certain players, and even from where he was drafted at, the player that he's projected to be, I think that it'll do him more damage bringing him off the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm saying that in a bad way.
Oh,
where
yeah.
I think
so.
I think that would take away a little. It's almost. I don't see him as like a Lou Williams. There's certain players that are made to be able to.
Trey Mann is a Lou Williams.
Trey Mann, like he understands. I've been shorted, and I'm gonna come in and go crazy.
Plus,
in which like Brandon Miller is more so. I'm supposed to be this.
Yeah.
And if I don't come off, if I'm not starting, this is a slight to what my potential is. Well, and I think that will affect his entire game. But to what you're saying, I think it's rotations. And this is what like Boston does with Tatum and Brown.
Right.
Where like they'll sub strategically to where they both can get their own 6 minutes.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Miller don't belong as a starter, but from what I've seen, when he does rotate players,
but to me, he might be the first. He might be the first sub at like the 6 minute mark. But then he comes back in at like Melo. The 2.
Yeah.
And then he plays almost like the next 6 to 8 minutes and Melo comes back in usually like 4-minute mark in the second quarter.
Right.
Where he gets like him in that second unit as the one.
Right.
Like the main play. That's how I would do it.
Right.
Right. And you put
without Melo
around him,
you
putting Trey Man right down beside him. And even if you want to bring in a Josh Green. Right now, Grant Williams, I know you keep hating.
I'm quiet.
What you're presenting is a lineup to where, even though they're focused on Brandon, I have pieces around me that allow me to still be that dude.
Right. Yeah, with Seth, that's a shooter.
You still start them, but you stagger the minutes to, like you say, where both of them have a moment to be that dude, but not the other dude.
1A.
And I'm for that. That's what I'm saying. With the rotation, that's basically what I'm saying. No matter how you do it, the minutes, I feel like
just don't put my boy on the bench to start the game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, he has to start,
even
though,
if he don't have to do
he's
that.
the second overall pick, and you don't want. We've had an overall pick number 2 that
Gilchrist
turned out to
be
hurt.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So to where we
that hurt
the bench.
That was Anthony Davis for our. Well, no, he got drafted.
So
right?
What that is for us is that we missed out on Rudy Gay.
There we go.
Brandon Miller, got them Harrison Barnes, which I thought Jordan was going to go with the Carolina pick and take Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
Pair Harrison Barnes with Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Pair Harrison Barnes with Rudy Gay. Pair Harrison Barnes with Bradley Beal.
All of these
Kemba
ones.
Walker. You know, we're talking about Kemba Walker with either one of those options outside of Michael Gilchrist.
Like any of them. It could have just been any of them.
Kemba
it's like we found a way to pick the worst possible. But that is a bit of the history of the Hornets in their drafting. We'll get one out of like every 6.
Because you fall in that spot to where it's like you're taking the best player left versus.
I'm surprised they went Melo.
You know what I mean? Like even when you took Cody, Vonleh, and somebody and Frank Kaminsky, all in this clearly in consecutive drafts, all of them supposed to be stretch 4s. You know,
I was surprised we went Melo, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised we went Melo.
I mean,
and I'm not saying he's not worthy.
Who else were we supposed to get in that draft other than Melo?
Look, I think in that same draft, didn't we pass on Shai Gilgeous? Didn't we trade him the same night? Didn't we draft him and trade him? We did
draft Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Like, come on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I had to go. I got to do the history.
Yeah, bro. Like, we drafted Shai Gilgeous.
That's the Spencer Hall's trade.
Yeah.
I think that's the Spencer Hall's trade that brought Spencer.
And I heard that like a month ago. I was like, yo, I had to look it up.
No, you got to think about we had Tobias Harris. We traded Tobias Harris for Biyombo. For Biyombo, we traded.
Man, the Shai Gilgeous hurt though.
The Shai Gilgeous
that hurt.
It was another one that hurt as well because we traded that pick for goddamn PJ Harrison.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fellas,